Uh, it's been great being here in Indianapolis and being a part of the NCAA tournament. I'm so happy for our players, and they're getting a chance to experience this and all their hard work paying off. We've got a very good opponent in Norfolk State. They were picked to win the MEAC, and they won it. They've got older guards. They've got an older team. They're very, very well coached. And Robert Jones, this is not their first time in the postseason. Um, but I think it's also great to be part of the first four. Last year with the NCAA tournament being canceled, uh, this is going to be a monumental moment for our entire country, seeing the NCAA tournament back on Thursday, and to be a part of that is really, really exciting. The first NCAA tournament appearance in 1979 when Coach Crimmins brought App State to the NCAA tournament, their site was Bloomington, Indiana. And so here we are again and playing at Bloomington. And so just the irony there, Coach Crimmins is coming up for the game, which is exciting. And so, life comes full circle sometimes and in those regards, but we are, preparing for a very, very good Norfolk State team.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll take our first questions from Ethan Joyce, Winston-Salem Journal.
Dustin, I'm sure your phone has been kind of going off the hook with the messages you got from everybody. But as far as communication with like Coach Crimmins and some of those people that are associated with 79 and 2000, what's that been like for you as these people have probably reached out to you and kind of bridged that gap?
Yeah, it's been great. I talked to Coach Crimmins. I talked to Alvin Gentry. We won it on Monday night. I talked to Alvin Gentry late Tuesday night, just almost in tears with his excitement. I talked to Coach Crimmins on Wednesday. I talked to Daryl Robinson. Daryl Robinson called me on Saturday. Been texting with a lot. I mean, I've gotten probably over 1,000 text messages with overall with stuff. But a lot of former players are so excited, so proud. I mean, I've heard from a ton of them, and certainly we're excited for them too. And that just shows you that when you've got immense pride in your program, that's a sign of a good program. And so, Coach Crimmins, I know I got word yesterday that he's coming up to the game, him and Carolyn, and they're flying up. And so I think that's pretty cool.
Can you talk to the guys at all about just the history that they've made, regardless of what happens in this tournament? Like kind of where they stand in this school's history, or is that too big right now?
No, I did, Ethan. I talked to them. We met every day last week, just briefly as we tested in the home center. We took a couple of days off and we got back to practicing, but I took a couple of those days to talk to them about that. I said, hey, because I had a former player share that with me. He said, hey, tell your guys that they're basically one of 30, 35 guys to ever play in the NCAA tournament in that school's history. And that kind of hit me because I didn't really think about it like that. And so, I shared that with them. And I said, hey, we had a former player say, hey, listen, think about what you guys have done. And so I don't know if it's quite sunk into some yet, but they're experiencing this and now we're in the bubble and, right now I'm in the meeting room, but Texas and Houston and Oregon State and Colorado, I mean, we're all right here together. And so our guys are, we're all it's kind of weird. It's like it's almost like the guys feel like, like what they saw this summer, the NBA bubble, because we're, now we've been in it now a few days and it's starting to really, I think, set in a good way. But our guys have, I did talk to them about that. Hey, you're one of 30, 35 players that have played in the NCAA tournament from App State. And so I think some of them, that has sunk in.
Okay, we'll go next to Mike Solarti, Spectrum News.
Sure. Hey, Coach, congratulations. Haven't had a chance to talk to you directly since you guys won it all and moved on. But you touched on the fact that it's, it's so big,